Okay. Okay, so now we are live, and I'm going to post this and share it. And then I'm going to turn down the sound so that you don't hear the echo. And once I post it and share it, I will return back on the sound, and that will trigger that we're starting, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, where's my, oh, there we go. Let me just get my phone so I can track the comments. Oh, I'm just going to get my phone so I can track the comments so I don't get the sound feedback. I really just need to get an admin who will just simply share for me as I'm doing this. I'm not doing 85 things at once, but as it goes.
First rule of thumb, get some help.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm building the team slowly, but I got right now almost all Black women. I have one Russian, but everyone else is a Black woman helping me build the business, which is actually really, really cool. Awesome. So I'm gonna put this on. Perfect. Sounds awful. Perfect. Okay. You ready to rock and roll?
Let's do it.
Okay. So, hi everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of the Black Women's Guide show. And today I'm really excited because two things I love talking about, business and travel. And I'm really excited to have Yolanda Meador here today. And she is the CEO and I believe founder of You Deserve It Vacations. And I 100% agree because everyone deserves a vacation, particularly right now. I'm excited to have you on the show. And what I'd love to do, I get a lot of women who have started kind of, or maybe they're travel agents, though I think you use a different term to talk about that. So I want to talk about why you kind of changed the framework there, are doing service-based businesses. And just maybe you can share a little bit as to why you picked this as a business that you went into, just to get everyone acclimated to you and kind of, how you approach, why this is the business for you.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me on the show. I'm really excited to be here and share my views and my thoughts and my expertise. I got in the business about, 18 years ago. I love to travel. I planned all our travel for our friends, girls' getaway, and things like that, and for my family. And went on a girls' trip. And how I came up with the name was everyone had to tell why they deserve to be on the trip. So everybody, I work hard, I do this, I do that. So when it got to me, I was like, because I deserve it. And that became the theme for the whole trip.
Awesome.
So literally came back, got my name, started the business, and it's history from there. One of the things that you said I'd like to address is people love to say, oh, I'm looking for a travel agent. And I correct them because I'm not a travel agent. I'm a travel professional. And the difference is I'm not an order taker. You don't
Mhm.
get to just call and say, "Oh, I want to go do this, I want to go do that," because 9 times out of 10, the places you want to go, they don't miss. Telling me you want to go 5 days to Tahiti, and you live on the East Coast, that doesn't make good sense.
Yeah.
So it's my job to educate you to say, okay, let's think about this. What is it about Tahiti that you like? Or are you able to extend your days? Because you know it's going to take you a couple of days to get there, a couple of days to get back. You've
Mhm.
already killed 4 of your days. So let's just make good choices with our money, because
Mhm.
let's be honest, it costs money to travel.
Mhm.
Also, I put people on payment plans, so I teach them how to travel. I tell everyone there should be a line item in your budget for travel. You get vacation days and you deserve it. And people
Mhm.
don't realize when they go away, they tend to rejuvenate and they come back and they're fresh. But when
Mhm.
you work 24/7 and you never take that time out, you never have that opportunity to go and rest, and everyone needs rest. So
Mhm.
I try to give helpful hints and help people go on vacation. So hence, I'm not an agent, I'm a professional.
Awesome. I love it. No, I love it because I think we all have to elevate our speech and how we talk about the work that we do and recognize that our business is a craft, right? It's not a
Hmm.
side hustle. It's not a project. It's actually something we build toward. And so people actually are, as they come on, I see people, hi, Carmela, I see you commenting. I want to make sure I recognize that you're on here. If you have questions for Yolanda about her business, please put them. I'm looking at them on the Facebook Live. So feel free to ask those questions as she brings stuff up. You said a lot of really meaty stuff there, and I love this. So I kind of jumped right in. Um, I love this kind of underlying theme of you deserve, and so I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about intentionality around your business. So it kind of, as you shared, like you kind of started this idea and kind of birthed it, kind of accidentally or casually. Then what happened? How did you start using that intentionally to grow your business or to brand your business over time?
So really, I did it the old-fashioned way. So I went to travel school and did all of that, which, in all honesty, in
Time out. I
today's
didn't even know there was
society,
a travel school. Hold on, time out.
exactly. And yes, there is a travel school. I have my little certificate. I went to cyber school. Yeah, I'm dating myself, but I did all of that good stuff. But in 2017, there's no need to do that. We have a great institute called the Travel Institute, where you can get a certification. You can go at your own pace. You can go at a fast pace. There's mentors on there. There's a lot of host agencies out there that groom people, which is what I do. I had a team of 10, and my goal was to show them how to get into business, how to set their business up correctly,
Mhm.
do the back office, because that's really important. And what
Mhm.
I'm also learning is, as we're aging, um, to have a backup plan, because you
Mhm.
never know what happened. And considering I travel a lot and God
Mhm.
forbid something happens, nobody's trip should ever be interrupted because something happens to me. And that's just my take on it. So I
Mhm.
have a contingency plan on, you know what, I need, this family member. You go to the bank, you withdraw everything, then you contact this person. They know how to get in the back office. You see
Mhm.
where all payments go, who's traveling, who's doing what, and you make sure those people go on vacation. Now, we don't take any more people, but nobody who has booked with YDIV will ever miss their trip. It's just
Gotcha.
not going to happen. Yeah.
Gotcha. Awesome. And so, and then as you're thinking about the how have you on the branding side, so you went from kind of, I think, was it like part-time doing it at your home to now you have a brick and mortar. So
I
let's just
do.
talk about that in terms of like the overhead and in a world of online, why the brick and mortar is important to your business.
Well, I got kicked out of my home, so my husband said when people literally started coming and making payments, and I guess it's because of the way I'm set up, he was
Hmm.
like, "You need an office. You need to
Yeah.
figure this out, but you're going to need an office." And I think for me, it just gave me a little bit more legitimacy, and
Hmm.
not only that, it allowed me to have a place to have. Training sessions, and not only that, people love coming in the office once they figure out where we are. We're right down the street from a school. It's a great location. We got good parking, and they actually come into to an office. We do a lot more corporate now, so that was the other avenue of getting a office, because telling a VP you want to meet them at a Starbucks, I don't think is a good idea. They
Right.
might
Yeah.
go for
Right.
it, but eventually they want to see, okay, where's your business? Where are you set up? And doing
Mhm.
a lot more with charities, being able just to show that you are a legitimate business in the community.
Gotcha. So that, I mean, that makes sense. A lot of people struggle with that decision around because it is an overhead cost, right? But as you
Yes.
shared, it's like it was, it came at the right time. It wasn't preemptive. You kind of did it when you hit a
Right.
capacity point that required the next moment forward.
Oh, absolutely. I would tell anyone starting off, there's no need to get a storefront. And you need to grow that business. You need to tag along to somebody who's going to help you grow, teach you how to market it, show you how to run your back office, show you how to, again, like you said, brand yourself and get you out in front of the public where your business is now the word of mouth. I will have to say probably 80% of my business is word of mouth.
Gotcha. And I hear someone saying there's a loop. I put the headphones on. Please let me know if the loop is gone or if you're still hearing any kind of echo. I got a comment there. I want to make sure. So talk to me a little bit about the the training model. So this is actually, and anyone who's a coach or consultant, or just like anyone who's an entrepreneur, we hear the word, you know, training, we hear like the pyramid scheme, like all these kind of ideas pop up in our heads around like what it actually is. But yet a lot of women are in these businesses, whether it's travel, beauty, makeup, utilities, they're in these businesses. And because at some level they work, right? They functionally work. Talk to me a little bit about if you had an issue with the stigma, if it was natural to you, because I think some people, I have friends of mine who it's very natural, like they kind of fit that model and it works for them. Or did you have to kind of weave yourself into it and figure it out?
I would have to say I probably had to figure it out, because when first getting started, every travel pyramid you could think of was out there. And people are like, oh, you're part of this, you're part of that. No, I started from the ground up. I'm not attached to anyone. And my business doesn't thrive because I need to get four people in and they need to get four people in and they need to get, that's not how we do business. We sell legitimate travel itineraries. The other
Mm-hmm.
thing that how I try to set myself apart is that model, been there, done that. And the
Mm-hmm.
reason why is because I fly a lot. Like literally, I have over 1 million miles on American. That's how much I fly. My goal is to go to a destination before you've gone so I can
Mm-hmm.
inspect it and make sure it's what we discuss. I take pride in what I sell. I do not sell
Mm-hmm.
everything. If there's things you want that I personally think you should never go on vacation and stay anywhere that looks worse than your home. Why are you spending money to go to do that? That makes
Mm-hmm.
not that's not good sense. So I don't sell everything. So I really try to educate people on, you know what? If you're going to spend your hard on money, it needs to be where you live or better. And it's in my job to make sure of that. And we all know pictures lie, especially on the internet.
You
Because
know
I've
what?
been
That's
some places going, oh dear God.
I will tell you what, I was just looking at hotels in LA and the picture, and so they have pictures on Google from the hotel, and it's like, you want to get more pictures by customers. And I'm like, this is not even the same this is not even the same hotel. Like the room looks completely different. I was like, oh my gosh. Like that just happened
Yes.
today, folks. That's real. That is 100% real. Like I was blown away. And I was like, mm-mm. So, you never
Yes.
know what you're gonna get. So that's awesome. When you went into the kind of the model. So you have a couple of different revenue lines, right? So there's a part of it which is training. So you're built training people kind of to also be travel agents, and you're doing some kind of residual
Hmm.
for some kind of like overhead structure or back office for them. And then you have the straight kind of direct request to you. Do you have any other revenue lines outside of those two, or is there a third or fourth that are part of your business?
So we kicked off getting more into charity organizations to show them how to grow their fundraising events.
Mm-hmm.
We actually, for 2017, we just had our first one a week ago. We have several on in the making for 2017, and that has been really helpful with all the traveling I've been doing to be able to work with different destinations and be able to create packages for the organizations to sell. And we've even put together tours in them, which is what makes us a little bit different. And so now a person has a complete package other than air. And we don't
Mm,
really fool with air because I tell them, I said, people want to use miles, people want to be on specific airlines. People there's too many variations when it comes to air. So let people do what they want to do with air. They're looking for the experience. And
mm,
so the packages that we built are more along those experience. So we have Italy, we have Dubai, we have the Galapagos. If you're a history buff, you can go back and, Rome, and we just kind of looked all over the world to be able to again provide something that's not on the internet, that you can't price shop me because it doesn't exist. We
mm,
made it up. So it just kind of took us out of that competing with the internet.
mm,
Another thing we did was a couple of years ago, we started the line for passport. A lot of people are still slowly getting passports.
mm,
And let me tell you, I give it 5, max 10 years, you're going to need a passport just to go from state to state.
mhm,
So while you're wasting your time not doing it, they're good for 10 years. You need to get them done. We keep all of our clients' information, not the number, but expiration dates, so that we
mhm,
can send out reminders letting them know, okay, your passport expires in 6 months. Because
mhm,
what people are not understanding is you have to have 6 months left on your passport when you return. Prime example, just because you booked it in May and oh, my passport doesn't expire until December, but you're
mm,
not traveling until October, that doesn't work. And they will not let you on the plane. And with
mm.
everything going on with travel ban, you just really don't want to get caught up in that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's good. No, everyone take some notes right there. I just got my passport and my ID and everything redone last year because I was like, you know what? Let me just get ahead of this because
Hmm.
who knows how it all goes down. I still need to get mine for Canada because that's like a different ID that you can just use. So I get it. So talk to me a little bit about, so to your point, how do people know to come to you over anybody else? Like I see that you're saying we're not competing with the internet in terms of packages, which I understand, but how do people even find out about you? You have a pretty healthy
Word of
business
mouth is huge for me right now because, again, we started 18 years ago. We started off doing destination weddings and honeymoons. A lot of my brides back then had kids, and so now they're
now.
doing family vacations. So then we get a lot of reunions, and
Mm-hmm.
it's an ongoing opportunity. Lots of referrals. And I mean lots of referrals. So again, for me, that's probably 80%.
Mm-hmm.
The other piece coming from, I do a lot of ad AdWords on Google Plus,
Mm-hmm.
and so people can find me that way as well. I try to do a lot of things in our community. Of course, I have a military spouse, go
Mm-hmm.
Army,
Yeah,
and
for your
so I do
child.
a lot of things for the military. So they are near and dear to my heart. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm very overprotective with my clients, and it's very funny because we're working on getting information and reviews from clients because I never really did that. I figured
Mm-hmm.
they came back, they liked me.
Right.
And so now they're like, okay, no, you need to get that documented. And I go, okay, guys, I can't be all fives. There has to be something that's wrong. And a lady told me, she goes, I come back to you because I know no matter what happens, you're going to fix it. And she's right.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
And it just like, okay, it just kind of validates what I
Mm-hmm.
do is important to people. But then I
Mm-hmm.
also have to remember, just like you get to choose me to be your travel professional, I get to choose you to be my client, and I don't
Mm-hmm.
take on everybody. If
Mm-hmm.
I feel like unnecessary drama, I just skip over. I send you online, go online and deal with Expedia, and that's what they're there for.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you know it all, then you don't need me. I'm here to help those who
Sure.
don't and who are new and a little bit afraid and maybe like, okay, what do I do? What do I need to do? That's who
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for.
Someone just said, is it, oh, she's, yeah, that's funny. She said, stop talking about me when you were saying, if you know it all, then you don't need me. She just said, stop talking about me. That's funny. Um, that's hilarious, Daphne. So yeah, so, well, let's talk a little bit about, so you've been in the travel business for 18 years. Have you been running your business for 18 years, or how long have you run your business for?
I've ran my business for 18 years. And the funny
Oh,
part is, I had to think back, when you're cleaning up and you find the old cards.
yeah.
My original name was My Worldwide Travel.
Oh,
Terrible name. And
yeah,
it
I
was
mean,
my initials backwards. And I thought, oh,
oh.
and yeah. But when I came back and switched and, like I said, just branded everything that you deserve it, I'll never
Mhm.
forget my third call. And people say it was the third call when the phone rang, and the man yelled through the phone, "You damn right, I deserve it." And I was like, "Okay,
Sir, you
where
are
you want
correct.
to go?" And I knew then it was perfect, because
Right,
when
right, yeah.
people will remember it, because they need, not people, like I said, my goal is, not only do you need to go on vacation, you deserve it. And if
Right.
you don't think that, then that's half the battle.
Yeah, no, no, 100%. I love that. And well, like bring me back 18 years then. So I'm assuming you didn't just go full time into this automatically. Did you build into it?
I built into it. I
Okay.
worked 24/7. When they say you sacrifice a lot to build a business, they're not kidding. My
Mm,
child was young. My husband was deployed. I'm still in school. I'm still trying to work full time.
mm-hmm,
But I knew this is what I wanted to do. Some girlfriends, we all said, okay, what are we gonna do when we grow up? And we still
mm-hmm,
working on that piece. And I knew I wanted to be in travel. I'm
mm-hmm,
like, I want to travel the world. And my
hmm.
mentor always would start off. She goes, if money was no object, what would you be doing? I said,
Hmm.
I'd be traveling the world. I said, oh, what I'm currently doing.
Exactly. Done and done. That's one. That's beautiful. That's beautiful that that has come,
So no,
come together.
I tell small businesses, you can't just, even when you jump, that's the new phrase, jump.
Yeah.
You got to be smart about your jump. You still
Hmm.
got to keep a roof over your head and food in your family's mouth, but you got to get the energy and the adrenaline to know that you can do it,
Hmm.
and do both until you can phase it out. And
Yep.
just
100%.
what I did. Yeah.
Because we get a lot of people who are kind of like, should I quit my job? Or I don't like my job. I'm doing it part time. And I'm like, girl, you better keep that job and you better, slow roll because money, it takes a while to build consistency. You can get your first sale, but consistency is a whole
Right.
different.
It's consistency. But not only that, some people forget. Some of your customers, some of my first customers, was where I worked.
Yeah.
Honeymoon. I sent people on honeymoons, family trips. They were my customers. That's how I got started.
Oh,
So yeah,
you're like,
don't
that's
quit your
it's
job.
part of the
Not
relationship. It's
day
part of
one.
the, right. It's like, oh yeah, because the people know you from, that's how you build your network to begin with, is people know you from other
Hmm.
spaces and places and it helps you at least get your footing. Safe
Exactly.
space, safe customers. So I want to read off some question. Oh, yeah, Daphne said no, that was not about knowing it all, but about the passport. She needs to get her passport done. Awesome. And I think this is Cassie or Cassandra. I don't know if she goes by Cassie or Cassandra, even though we work together. She's amazing. So I wanted to say that
She
out
is.
loud. She's amazing. And I'm so sorry because I'm like, I don't, everyone calls her something different. So I'm like, wait, what am I saying? So either way, she said, in 18 years of travel, where has the most beautiful place that you have ever visited been? So what's the best place you've been? And on the reverse, where have you been the most let down? What was the kind of worst place you've been?
Okay. So my answer used to be hands down Jamaica. And it's not because of how Jamaica looks, it's the people.
Mm,
They make you feel like, when they say welcome home, that's how they make you feel.
mm,
But I got the opportunity last Mother's Day to go to Dubai.
mm.
And Dubai has stolen my heart.
Yeah, because I hear it's the
And
bomb.com, like amazing. I hear it's amazing.
it is, and I literally came back and I was just, you do this, do this, do this, and it was just a natural flow for me.
Mm,
And I said, oh my God, buildings made of gold. never seen that on TV, not in real life.
Right.
You know, the wealth that is in that country is amazing, and they're a melting pot just like us.
Mm,
I love that everyone has health care. I love that they take care of their citizens. I love
mm,
that it's so clean.
mm.
It's just, it's a very inviting place. So, like I said, Dubai done kind of inched up over Jamaica.
Oh,
So,
they're still
I,
brown. They're still
I,
brown places. I'll take it. I'll take it.
and the one place I will never set foot back in personally is Guadeloupe.
Mm,
I was very disappointed. I think the French were not nice.
mm,
They weren't welcoming.
mhm,
Um, they could care less if you shop with them, which is very odd since tourism is what's big. It's what
mhm.
keeps your economy going. Um, Especially when you've been to several other islands, I was just very disappointed in what was offered and how they treated us, as visiting guests.
Mm. Gotcha. Good to know. I think that answers Daphne's question. She also asked, where would you not go again? I think you summed that up very well. And Cortina, hi. Thanks for joining. I see you here as well. So yeah, so talk a little bit about kind of where you are now and what is, I don't know if this is 2.0 or 3.0 or 4.0 for you, but what do you see in the horizon for your business?
I feel like this is probably 3.0. And it's kind of like you did elementary school, high school. I feel like now I'm going to college. I feel
Mhm,
like not that anything is too good for me, but I have to grow a team that can take on some of the things that I used to do because again, I want to get more into charity work and building a nonprofit to give back. It's
mhm,
time to give back. I do a lot of work now. I am with Skull. I'm
mhm.
getting pinned tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that, which is
Yeah.
an international organization. So I'm looking forward to help them grow,
Mhm,
and also bring pretty much the millennials into our travel organization and
mhm,
take it to a new level.
mm.
Eventually, I'll be on the beach sitting there watching everybody do what they do.
Right, relaxing, maxing and
Yes,
relaxing.
so it's time to train those coming behind us, and hopefully they'll take it and grow it even better than what we've done it.
Gotcha. That's awesome. I mean, so to the point of maxing and relaxing, what are the things that you are offloading? Some like a lot of people struggle with what should they do and what should they delegate, right?
So I have this fabulous new agent in Florida who is taking on cruises.
Hmm.
Um, I like going on them, but they're not just right up my alley for selling because they are
Hmm.
very, very detailed. And what cruisers don't know, there's so much behind the scenes that we have to make sure that happens so that
Hmm.
you have an awesome cruise. And so I'm offloading that. And believe it or not, I'm offloading my baby, my destination weddings to honeymoons.
Mm.
So I have another agent she's going to take those on. So I'm excited about that. I'm still going to help market and generate all of that, but that's just not where my focus is going to be. And I'm going to get more into training. I'm working on my CTIE. I plan to
Hmm.
complete that this year and
Hmm.
then hopefully do some training with the Travel Institute. So, like I said, just
Gotcha.
stepping up my game,
Hmm.
moving forward, and letting some other people
People
learn the
kind of,
business. And yeah.
okay. Well, what do you think has been I don't want to say challenge, the biggest learning moment, of your career? Are there a couple that you really stand out to you where it forced you to change your approach, path? It forced you to shed a belief or a way of work to get to where you are.
Yes, it
All
was.
of the above.
Uh, I had to learn that as much as I want it for someone, if
Mhm.
they don't want it for themselves and they're not willing to do and make the sacrifices, it's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter how long you mentor. It doesn't matter how long you stay up all night with them, walk them
Mm-hmm.
through a plan. If that's not in their heart to do, it's not going
Mm-hmm.
to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to learn that didn't make me a failure because I spent a lot of days going, well, I'm a failure. Oh my God, you know, they're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be successful. They should be doing 1.5 million. They should be doing this, but they have to want it. And money,
Mm-hmm.
and believe it or not, money doesn't motivate everyone. That's not
Mm-hmm.
everybody's claim to fame.
Yeah.
So I had to learn that sometimes you got to figure out what motivates people. What is it they're looking to get out of it?
Mm.
And it wasn't, I think I was pushing more of what I wanted to get out of it versus what they wanted to get out of it. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah, that's a good life lesson. I think we all learn that at some point. It's like you can't make people be who you want them to be. They have to choose that on their own. And
correct.
you got to deal with that. Deal with that reality thoughtfully.
And it's a hard reality when you're very passionate about it. It's a hard
Yeah.
reality,
Yeah,
but it's a good one. It's a good
that's
one.
true. That's true. What do you think if you were starting your business today, would you do anything differently? Would you start from a different
Yes.
perspective? Okay, what would that yes, okay. What would that be?
I'm not sure if I would be a host again,
Mhm.
even though I love training. I love training so much. About 5 years ago, I opened up a travel school. That's how
Mhm.
crazy. And what I learned was that the upcoming generation, no one wants to come into class.
Mhm.
Everybody wants to do everything online.
Mhm.
And the problem with that is it's about building relationships. And you
Mhm.
can't build relationships over the internet.
Mhm.
People want to shake your hand, eye contact, see you face to face.
Mhm.
And you can't really get that through to people. And so, yeah, travel school, we closed it because it didn't work.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
I like the Travel Institute model because they have it where, okay, you still can do the um, online training and classes and stuff, but then they have where you can, participate in a function that's local so you can meet
Mhm.
your local BDMs. Because I'll
Mhm.
tell anybody who's getting in this industry, if you don't partner with your BDMs, you will not be successful because there will be a problem. It's
Mhm.
human nature. And you will not always be able to resolve it. But if you got a contact to go to and they trust and they know who you are, they will help you. But if they
Mhm.
don't know who you are and you're just calling, they're like, who are you?
Mhm.
So you have to build those relationships. And I think that's the one piece that's missing in our industry right now. Nobody wants to, they just don't.
Well, so break it down for me. So, what's a BDM first and foremost? A manager, or business
So
development
that's a
manager?
business development manager.
Oh,
And most
I
most of what you sell, there is one.
gotcha.
And so those are who you partner with and
Mhm.
the products and services that you sell. So whether it's a Caribbean island, like I'm gonna give you an example, sandals, everyone knows them, everybody knows
Mhm.
that brand. Well, in every region, there's a BDM to assist you
Mhm.
because what they got 25, um, they have 25 room categories and it confuses everyone and they're not sure what
Mhm.
they're reading about, so that's just a person that helps you understand the properties, understand what a client can expect, and also make sure you're putting people at the right locations.
Mhm. 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 Gotcha. Okay.
And
And
so that's what's important.
maybe you can break down for people who are unfamiliar with this kind of business model, like how the business model itself works. Do you come in as a BDM? You come in at a different level? What's the process?
So So for us, so you're in the travel industry, you're just starting off. Let's just say you want to specialize in, let's just say cruises, because
Mhm.
cruises are hot right now. So whatever brand, whether it's Carnival, Royal Caribbean, Holland American, whoever, each one of those cruise lines have what we call a business development manager, a BDM.
Mhm.
So your first and foremost goal is to get in contact with them and introduce yourself so you can get into their training program and learn
Mhm.
how they work, how each cruise ship differs because they do, how what type of individual works well on each cruise line, when they go out, when they sail, when they reposition, the different categories inside ocean view, balconies, suites, how many suites, VIP level. So yeah, the whole 9 yards. That's their
Mm-hmm.
goal, is to educate you on how to do that.
Gotcha.
And so that's your first line of defense
Defense.
when
Mm-hmm.
getting
Mm-hmm.
into business. And then from there, once your client arrives, whether it is a cruise ship or a hotel, then you have that hotel general manager. That's
Mm-hmm.
your next connection. So you see
Gotcha.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I've had a client. She contacted a resort. She was trying to arrange for her anniversary dinner.
Mm-hmm.
They told her they couldn't accommodate her, gave her a different night. We happened to be talking about it. She told me. I said, really? I said, what's your reservation number? I didn't say a word to her. And I got on that phone and I called the GM at the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get this straight. You're not going to let me. And Lord, she got her night of her anniversary night, the time, the date, and everything she wanted. Because
Mm-hmm.
again, I built that relationship that I could pick up a telephone and say, hey, my clients need this. And
Gotcha. Oh,
that's
that's beautiful.
what people need. Yeah.
Customer success story. I love it. It's always nice to hear those, like when it worked out, when something was hard and worked out really well. 'Cause that's, a lot of times we're in the business, we're in a service business, right? And so that's the whole point, right? Is to be there when people need us to help with
Exactly.
those things. Um, so maybe to close it out, I love that. That was a nice story. What is something, so what would you tell someone today who's trying to get into this industry specifically? What should they know, you know, to succeed?
They they first never sell travel to your family. Number one, run from them.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
Because people say that they go, oh, no one supports me. I try to sell my. I'm like, your family can't buy all your lip gloss. Like they just, you got to go to somebody else. Like that's not.
No. So run, run. Second, I would start at the Travel Institute and I would educate myself first.
Hmm.
If you've never traveled, get a passport and go somewhere.
Hmm.
What I tell my clients, I said the first question you need to ask your travel professional, where's the last place they've been? And if they
Mm.
haven't been anywhere, how can they help you get to where you want to go?
Mm. Truth.
Just think
Fair
about
game. Fair game. So tough love, guys. Tough love. She just said, basically get it together. And but I mean, I think it's true because a lot of times it's like, you have to have, some knowledge base. I mean, I remember when I started training and teaching, people would say, oh, teach business stuff. And I wouldn't. I would only teach, I used to do a lot of stuff with process and efficiency and stuff like that. And that's all I would teach because that's what I knew. I was like, I know this. I know I have the
it.
story of it. I have the explanation of it. I I can speak from a place of confidence, right? And it wasn't until I had a couple other businesses and was doing work and actually selling stuff that I was like, okay, now I can talk about this. I've done it. But until that happens, you can talk about things that you've read, and that will get you
Yes.
a little bit far, but it won't get you to where you really want to go till you're out and doing it.
Well, and not only that, people are looking for what's not on the internet and what's not in the brochure.
Yep.
They're looking for, if you're on your way to Ocho Rios, we're going to make sure the driver stops by the little shack with the bearded man who has the best jerk chicken in town, even though he looks scary. Don't worry about it. Take it and get your drink. That's what people are looking for.
Right, right, right. Yeah, exactly. That comes from experience, right? Like you just doing the work and loving what you do. And I think what you're sharing is like what every successful business person does share is like you have to have a love for the thing you're doing. It can't just
Yes.
be this thing that's a pain in your side that you're trying to do to make some extra cash. Because if you have a business that you don't actually want to run, then you don't want to be in business. And that's an honest conversation people have to have with themselves when
Yes.
they start these kind of projects that they actually don't want to be involved in.
Well, and they also need to understand you're not just the president, you're the janitor, you're the
Yep.
admin, you're you're the
Everything in
banker,
between.
yes.
Until further
And
notice.
until
That's
You're
that's the
responsible.
best part. People are always like, well, for how long? I'm like, I don't know, and how long it take you? Like, what you have to know that the thing you pick today, you could be still doing in 10 years. Are you okay with that? Because people
Exactly.
will say, I'm going to do this, and then in 6 months I want to start this, and then by time, and I'm like, you can forecast all day, but that ain't reality. You know,
That's correct.
it just takes how long it takes. So sorry, that's my,
That's
just
our other hard
yeah,
project.
exactly. So but no, this is awesome. So now you're going to be going into, so what's your plan for the nonprofit? Do you have an area? Are you already starting? Are you just thinking, what are you thinking about? This is actually wonderful because I think a lot of women, their goal is, I want to build a business so that I can become a civic leader. This is the mental path. I want to do, philanthropy. I want to lead in my community. I want to have a nonprofit. And we don't always get there, though we might start something on the side and kind of do something, but you're actually kind of doing a full circle where you're at a point where you really can release yourself or start to from your business and actually let that generate revenue for you to do the other things you love to do.
Yes.
So you want to share a little bit more about the nonprofits that you're looking at or what you're thinking about and how you're looking at that phase?
So basically, I've been reaching out to the nonprofits in the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex. I started there and just sitting down with them, showing them how they can take the vacation packages, use them at their auction, and build on their revenue. Because who
Mm,
doesn't want to go on vacation?
right.
Who doesn't? And with the packages we have, they don't have to compete. So, a lot of people are used to selling, oh, I'll do a Caribbean trip to Jamaica or Mexico or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. But then you're competing with the
All the
internet
other. Yeah.
because it's like, why would somebody pay 5,000 for a trip to Jamaica when you know you can get it for less than that? You see
Hmm.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Versus when you do customized packages. And I'm giving you an example. We have one to Italy,
Mm-hmm.
$1,300 a person for 5 nights,
Mm-hmm.
tours and everything included. Only thing you need is your air. Good luck on finding that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we
Right.
did nothing but 4 and 5 star hotels.
Wow.
So again, it's about just helping them position themselves a little bit better, and it's a
Hmm.
win-win. The person who bids gets a great deal on
Hmm.
their exotic package. The
Hmm.
organization sells the package and raises money, and
Hmm.
we've given back to the community, and we've made some money. So
Hmm.
win, win, win. And I
Gotcha.
really only like to deal in win-wins.
Yeah, 100%. I love that because I think so many people are closed-minded to that idea of win-win. I mean, I always tell people, like, I agree, like, the goal is the win-win. People are they so much assume it's a win-lose, right? Like they go into the situation like someone has to win and someone has to lose. And that puts you in
No,
immediate conflict with your customer. This idea that like someone's going to win and someone's going to lose. It's like it has to be mutually beneficial,
exactly,
right?
exactly.
And we have to start talking about our customers as like they're extensions of us.
Partners,
Yeah,
yes. Yes,
100%.
we are strategic partners, is what we are.
Yep, exactly. And that's a whole mind shift because when you think about it that way, you a lot of people be looking like, I did that customer last week. They'd be saying to themselves like I was rude or I just hung up the phone or did that. And so actually, it's like right, they're your partner, and how would you treat them
Hmm.
differently if you thought of them that way? So
Exactly.
that's awesome. Is there any last words of wisdom? Anything you want to share before we get off the call today?
I like to tell people all things are possible, but you have to believe and you just can't keep trying no matter how bad it gets. Because you got to remember, if you got to it, you can get through it. So you
Hey,
just
I
have to
like that.
believe.
You're gonna see that on the when we do this recap on the video. I'm gonna pop that quote up at the end. I like it. I like it. That was nice. That was nice. Awesome. Wonderful. Well, I really appreciate it, Yolanda. I'm gonna make a note for myself because I always try to get my girlfriends together on trips. I will be calling you to
Thank
coordinate because
you.
it's a pain in the butt to coordinate earnestly, and I like to have robust. I like robust itineraries, and
Hmm.
it can be a lot to manage. So I will make a
And
note.
that's what we're
Every
good at.
Yeah, it's like every person I get on these calls, I'm like, oh, so you do that? I'm gonna make a note because I'm gonna be like, the next time I need that thing, call you right up. So this is great for me. It's like I'm building my own like service network. It's awesome.
Yes.
This is the whole point. This is the whole point of it, so people can access this. So everyone who's watched, thank you so much. If you didn't see it live, you'll see it on the replay. We'll put your link there for your website. We'll put all the social tags so people can reach out to you directly. Questions, services, whatever they need. Passports, guys, get your
Yes,
passports, please. Let's do
please.
that. Yes, please. So we'll send that out as well. And I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time out to talk with me. It was really wonderful and enjoyable, and I learned a ton. So
Oh,
I really
thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
me.
Thanks so much.
All right, have a good night.
So you too. So what I'm going to do, bye guys, I'm going off Facebook Live. You can stay on. I'm going to go off Facebook.